Good morning, everybody. It is Wanda here with today's tarot. How are you all? Very, very good to see you all, and I'm apologising up front for broadcasting a little bit earlier this morning. I've got a few business things I need to deal with today. So thank you very much for at least watching the replay. I know it's a little bit early for some of you broadcasting at this time. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Trish, welcome. I'll just wait probably a few more minutes for all of you to hop right on. Very quickly, what I wanted to talk to you about, because today is Q&A, so I don't want to babble on too much about, something that you can take forward into today, although you can read it in the comments box that I've left behind, and that the only power that you have right now is this moment to change anything. So if there's something that you're wanting in your life, something desiring, you can always shift at a little bit at a time, which is a practice that I've been undertaking the last few weeks. Now, if you've got a question to ask me today, please feel free to pop that, make it one question. And as I'm watching the feed, as the video is, as the live is happening, I will do my best to answer that and pull a card for you. Okay, so here is today's card. Yesterday we had the very beautiful sun card, which was just amazing. Welcome everybody who's hopped on. Thank you so much. There must be a bit of a time delay. I'm not sure what that means, but I can see you all coming on. Welcome, Kerry, Rita, Ted, Tracy, Marlene, welcome, Norel and Valerie. I'm reading the feed as it's going along. Welcome, everybody. Maybe some of you already hopped on because I can see that 6 people are watching right now. So if you do have a question, then please, by all means, pop it in the comments. One question that you might have that you want solved or something you need clarity about, do it now and I will do my best. Sometimes if it's not coming through the feed and after the video, then I see it. So I'm really sorry about that up front in case that happens. Today's card, is the King of Swords. Now the King is always represents in the cards or in the tarot, it represents usually a person born under the sign of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, and usually, what does that mean? It usually describes a certain personality type, a certain kind of a leader. But what this actually means in the overall for everybody, it could mean that you could receive a message, or there's something around your father or a brother or a male leader or a male boss around you at the moment that you could be receiving a message from, or that you might be thinking about right now. Because don't forget, the swords are about our mind, they're about our thoughts, they're about our and even to some level it's even representing a little bit like our intuitive. So we might be sort of going along our day and then all of a sudden we think about our dad or we think about our brother, and if it's a male figure that is not in this realm anymore, they could be sending you some love. It might be just something right now coming up in your subconscious to just let you know they're around. On the other hand, if they are in this reality with you, then that might mean that just maybe give them a call and see how everything's going, or send them a message. Okay, on the bigger picture, what this means, it means leadership. And so what that means is that in the next few days, now if it's swords, it could be anything from, I'm getting probably around in the next 8 days, you could be called to lead in something. So it could be as simple as you being asked by a certain body, or an organization to step in and do something, to lead in something, because something has occurred and you might be asked to do that. And it could be so super simple. It doesn't have to be like huge. It could be as simple as they want you to lead the swimming squad for just one session, or they might need you to step up and watch something, or they might ask you to fill in for somebody who's not well. And this is what this card is all about. And it's saying that you have the enthusiasm to do that. So if that happens, anytime in the next 8 hours to 8 days, then take it on. Does that make sense? Take it on and be happy that this is an experience for you. Now, okay, so someone's saying they have a job interview. So that's Trish. Okay, I'm seeing that with this card right now with that question. That go in there with confidence that you can do it, that it's already done. Okay, that, and that there's a lot happening at the moment in your lives. I fully can understand what you're talking about. That happens. That's life, you know, the ebb and flow. And if there is a lot happening in your life, don't resist it. Just go with it and do what you can. Don't start thinking that you have to do everything. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense. Now, I'm going to read a card for one person today. Just one card. Okay, so who am I going to read for? Okay, there's a person here, Ronnie Thompson. How are you? Am I gaining traction in my business? Well, darling, only you can answer that. Are you? Are you putting in the work? Are you doing what needs to be done? Are you taking action steps? You know, in the personal development side of, remember, in the personal development side of your business, remember you are partnership with the universe. The universe is working with you in partnership, and you can be doing, you know, you could be doing a lot of the personal development work that's required in a business, a lot of the self-introspection and a lot of the self-understanding. But on the other hand, if you're not doing the work and you're making excuses, then where's that going to get you? Ronnie, this card's for you. So I'm hoping this one will answer your question for today. There we are. Right, so it's the Angel of Openness, Ronnie. Here it is. There we are. The book is open. You've got the beautiful background of the landscape. And what that actually is showing is that now it's the time to expand. It's the time to put your belief in yourself in place and do the do. Do the do and express your feelings as you're doing it. That has so much power. Now, when it says express your feelings, it's not talking about expressing your negative feelings, because that's not going to get you anywhere. If you want to expand and open up your heart and open up your mind to that, then open it up. So that is, like I said, you're the only one that can answer that. Deep within your soul, have you been putting in the work? What is a block? Maybe I don't like to talk about blocks, but you know, what is a belief rather than a block? What is a belief that you have that might be stopping you? Is it your fear of failure? Is it your fear of success? Is it a fear what people are going to think about you? So as soon as you start getting your outs out there, particularly when you're doing business work, you're becoming like a high profile, right? A high profile. So having said that, sometimes people who are stepping into that can be a little bit scared and a little bit frightened of what the outcome might be. But the more self-aware that you become, the better you become. And that's something that I'm learning every single day. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now I'm going to answer some more questions before I have to go this morning. Okay, so Kerry, you're asking, you know, where am I going? Well, darling, that's a pretty open-ended question. Where are you going? What do you mean? Is that work related? Is that relationship related? Are you feeling stuck? Or have you lost your direction? So give me something a little bit more rather than saying, am I stuck? Ask a question like, I am feeling stuck right now and I don't know how to move forward. I think that's how I will answer that question for you, because it makes a little bit more sense to, you know, answer it that way. You know, remember, the biggest power that you have is asking the right questions, guys. Asking the right questions. So this is for you. Okay. So for Kerry, right, where are you stuck? This is what I want you to do, Kerry. This card is the Eight of Pentacles, which is about paperwork. It's about paperwork. It's about bills. It's about legal papers. And I'm telling you now, if you're stuck, this is what I want you to do. Two things that always solve the problem. Number one, get your bills paid. Sort that out. Finish off your paperwork. Sign documents where you need to sign them. Get that all out of the way. That's step number 1. Step number 2, go and clean your car. Right? Go and get your car cleaned if you can afford it, or go clean your car, get rid of the rubbish. And number 3, declutter your office space or declutter your area. Okay? I've just finished doing that for about the 3rd time this year. I'm constantly decluttering because your environment determines what's going on in your mind. Okay, so if you're feeling stuck anywhere, start to declutter your environment and pay bills, get that paperwork all sorted out, do the filing, do what you need to do. Even if you don't have a business, you need to put your bills and things in spaces, put them in the boxes that need to go or throw them out. Get rid of the dockets in your wallet unless you need them for tax purposes. All those simple little things. Get rid of papers around the area, magazines, you know, all the clutter. Have a look around. Can you get rid of a few things? Your old, what do you call it? You know, clothing and things like that. Look at your linen closet. Oh my God. What about in your bathroom and things like that that have been sitting there and, you know, drying up? Get rid of them. If you start doing that, you're going to feel so much better, and it'll help you become unstuck, if you like. Okay, one more reading. I can't see any more questions. Okay, let's have a look. I'm just going to go up and down. Hang on a sec. See if I can see anything. All right. Okay. So, Debbie, can I see work for you changing anytime soon? So, my question to you is, are you taking the actions to get work, or are you just hoping that it's going to fall on your lap? Okay, that's my first question to you, Debbie. Okay, and here's the answer to that question. Okay, so it's the moon, which tells me your emotions are getting in the way for your success. Okay, so that tells me a lot. So I don't know what's happened in your past, but certainly your emotions are getting in the way. There's something that's stopping you. So it could be, very often I know that when people are looking for changing jobs, it's about their own self-esteem. It's about whether they feel good enough for the next job, whether they're going to get it or not, and that even puts a block even there before they even start. Does that make sense? So those of you who are not getting your card read today, because I've got to get going pretty soon, but if you're not getting a card read today, by all means personal message me, and I've got an April tarot reading price for you. So I've got plenty of spaces left in April. I'm starting to recruit now. So if you're interested in a reading that will help give you the clarity that you need, then by all means personal message me. I've already had some people hopping on even yesterday and requesting a reading for next month. So, you know, that will help you. You know, maybe you need to get down to find out what those blocks are. And I'm really good at, you know, sifting that through for you. So if you want that, let me know. And remember, when there's people such as myself or coaches or something of that nature, I plan to help you in one session. It's not going to be like multiple sessions. It's not therapy, okay? I help get you on the track. Now, whether you take that up or not is up to you, okay? There's teachings that I have are from your soul to you. So if you're still not going to listen, you're going to sit there and wallow, I can't help you, you know? I'm happy to give you the advice and give you some strategy. I've got a few clients at the moment that I'm sort of keeping tabs on to get them up and happening. And so, you know, it's up to you to do that work. Are you willing to do that? You know, or are you even too scared to do that? So, you know, I really like to have a one session thing where you can focus on what you need to do. And I've had clients in the past who've reached out and they've said, Wanda, can you help me with this? And we've had a talk and they understand it and they get it. And when it comes to the bottom level, when it comes down to the benchmark, they haven't taken the action, or they're still wallowing, or they're looking for another answer. And so that just basically means they're procrastinating. And usually in 12 months' time, I get these people coming back and going, oh, Wanda, I'm still nowhere. So don't do that to yourself. That's like self-punishment. Who wants to self-punish themselves anyway? Okay, I hope that's been helpful. I can't see any more questions at the moment, but if you've got these cards, so I'll just try and do a round off one. I'm just picking one random, that'd be an overall. Right, okay, so I've got this card here, and let me put it down. Okay, so it's the Four of Wands. So if you've got anything planned for your now, because we've got Mercury in retrograde, and at the moment things are a little bit there's a lot of things happening that's introspect right now. So, and there might be a lot happening for you emotionally. It'll be emotionally because we've got Pisces, which is an emotional planet going, that can make us rise and fall within seconds, in our emotionally. So what I'm going to say to you is this: what does this card mean? It's the Four of Wands. That means just go with the flow right now, and do not worry too much about having to take huge leaps, because the timing really isn't right. Keep your focus on what you want, and then give Mercury an opportunity to get back into its rhythm. And so and work with your own rhythm. What is your own rhythm saying? Is your own rhythm saying take a step back? I've had to take a step back from a bit of my business things because I've been in an emotional space myself the last few days, and I'm just going within myself. So sometimes you need to do that, and because then you can work from a better space. I hope that makes sense. So for everybody, just go easy. You can still take action. It doesn't have to be a huge jump right now. Just take a little action in your business. One little more thing that you can learn, and do that with gladness in your heart. If you're feeling stress around it, or nerves or anything, then ask yourself, are you deliberately procrastinating? Because remember, we've got to move into the uncomfortable, right, to make any shift. So maybe do a little bit of uncomfortable, and do a little bit that you can do, and keep yourself going, right? Don't give up just because things aren't going your way. I hope that makes sense, everybody. And for those of you who are watching the replay later on today, because I am early, can you just hashtag replay in the comments box? And also you will notice at the top, hooray, after about 4 days, I finally remembered I've put the YouTube link inside for you. And so for those of you who miss all my videos that I do on a daily basis, you can find them on Wanda_Wisdom with that YouTube link there. Subscribe and hit the notifications button, and that way you will always you will get a notification that I've been on. And if that topic just happens to interest you, you can have a listen. Okay, guys, in the meantime, I'm hoping, let's have a look. Think tomorrow is Thursday, isn't it? Oh my God, the week's going too fast. Tomorrow I'll be on normal time, which is usually 9:45 Sydney time AM. In the meantime, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.